Dude, I do not feel super great, but I'm here. A few things went not according to plan these past few days. Or sorry, this morning. See, I can't even think. We went an hour overtime last night, which is fine. But my intention was to sleep in, so that I could kind of I have been losing sleep this past week, and I had a bunch of coffee yesterday. Stream went late. I went to sleep a little bit later than I normally would, and just right after that, I don't know. I woke up earlier than I intended to today, and now I'm not super awake. So, but I'm hoping that I can get some coffee soon, and if I do get coffee, I think I'll feel a lot better. But we're gonna have to wait for that to come in. So for now, we're just gonna be playing some Fallout 76. Oh, I'm just gonna hope I can stay awake. I only just got up a moment ago. Well, I guess it's been over an hour now, but I don't know, man. Like, I need another, like, 3 hours of sleep. I don't feel very great. But the show must go on. I think I also am getting sick. Like, I'm like, I either am lightly sick or I'm on the brink of getting sick. I'm not really sure which it is, but, like, yesterday I was feeling kind of weird. Actually, let me figure out what we're doing first before I go on my rant. Listen to the Overseer's broadcast on the radio. Okay, hold on. I think sorry. As I talk, like, all this mucus starts, like, shifting about. Hold on. I need to turn the Pip-Boy radio on. I can't hear anything. Also, I whacked my toe a moment ago. Oh. What? Signal lost. Okay, well, anyways. Yeah, I whacked the hell out of my toe a moment ago. I was walking into my room and I just, like, whacked my pinky toe on something heavy I had on the floor, so not doing so great with my foot. Anyways, but yeah, I feel kind of sick. It's one of those things where I don't know what you call it, like where you're kind of like hypersensitive to feeling sick, and you feel like you're sick when you're actually not. I don't know if it's just like my OCD or if there's like some other thing, but I do tend to like give myself symptoms when I'm actually not sick. The people around me are sick. So I'm not really sure whether or not I am or I'm not sick, but like these past few days, there's been tons and tons of people around me that have been getting sick. And I didn't get my flu shot recently. I didn't get my COVID booster recently. So I am a little more susceptible to those two things. And last night, like, I've been noticing myself getting more and more confused at night. I don't know if it's like just a general lack of sleep or not sleeping very well is maybe getting to me over the course of time or what. But there's something not quite right with my ability to fall asleep. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. I'm not really sure why my brain is confused. I had like a weird, like... Well, okay, so the other thing... I wasn't able to sleep much last night, and I think that was in part because I had a larger coffee than I normally do. What is that? Alien blaster round. It's a weird spot. But yeah, I normally, oh. I, normally have like a medium coffee, but this time I had a large. On a work day. What the hell?
Congratulations! You have been randomly selected to win a fabulous prize from the Great Appalachian Sweepstakes. We at the Great Appalachian Sweepstakes appreciate your continued purchases and subscriptions. However, we would like to remind you that your bill in the amount of $66 and prompt payment is appreciated. Have a great day.
Cool, free money.
On
Oh. Yeah, I thought I was about to get the same speech again. Alright. Let's get in there. Overdue reunions. Find the overseer. Oh. Hey. How's it going? Oh.
God, you're here. It's just so good to see you. Let's talk downstairs. Cozy as this place is, there's someone I'd like you to meet. We really went overboard with this place. Feel free to look around.
Nice place you got here. Putting carpet in the bathroom's kind of wild, though. I will say. Carpet in the bathroom, brother. Man, I'm in another dimension right now. I should have went back to sleep. Overseer? What are you doing? Ma'am? This individual is busy? Ma'am? You want me to go in, or are you gonna go in, or I'll go in. It appears that she seems to be stuck, so let's try to... Can I bump her over or something? I'm not entirely sure what's happening here. They seem to be stuck, but I guess this gives us an opportunity to take a look at the writing on the wall here. Another thing, I think the air quality is worse today. I think that's also affecting my throat, my voice. Cause I got like this, I've got this like thick mucus buildup in the back of my throat, and it's like, it's also like it's one of those, that area like right between where you're like, the back of your nostril ends, but it's like above your mouth, you know what I mean? The post-nasal drip or whatever. So, that's bothering the hell out of me today. You know, it's too bad I couldn't get sick on Friday. You know, could have taken the day off. Damn. Could have called in sick. I mean, I guess I can already hear someone out there being like, you can call in sick any day. This is true, but I do prefer to call in sick when I'm actually sick. Okay, well, I think we might need to walk away. Walk outside and come back in. I think she's stuck. And I'm sure they have fixes for this, so I'm not too worried about this game's ability to reset itself. Alrighty. In other news, I'm considering whether to play LA Noire. I'm not sure yet. Haven't decided.
Let me
But
introduce you to
oh.
Davenport. He's been helping me with some reconnaissance, keeping an eye on Appalachia.
Oh, so
I couldn't
good
have
to
pulled this
meet
place
you.
off without him.
The overseer
Let's
has been
talk.
so excited.
I know you have better gear and better real world training. Go to
Hmm. After the vault opened, you disappeared. Where were you all this time?
I did it first, and then there were the kids. See my old neighbor with long pieces.
I'm just glad you're here now. What's the deal with the volunteer program?
Just go to the church in Flatwoods. We'll take it from there.
Why settle here in Sutton? I had some questions about the overseer logs you left behind. I'm still looking for all of them. I just left Vault 76. Any advice? Alright. So it seems we can't continue this mission until we get a little bit further. So, I read a poster advertising the grand opening of a nightclub called the Rose Room right here in Appalachia. Maybe I should check it out. Let's attend the nightclub opening, shall we? Take a look. I gotta check outside my window. I haven't even looked outside yet. Earth could be on fire for all I know, and I'm just inside. Not looking out. Okay. Whew. But yeah, I gotta check the air quality, man. There's something funky going on. Where is the nightclub opening? Oh. Okay, that's far away. Maybe we should do something else. Well, we could start our training at Camp McClintock, I guess. I think that'll be a good place for us to start today. And then we'll see where to go from there. Let's go take a look. What I really want right now, above all else, is a suit of power armor. I don't know if we'll be finding that today, but one can only hope. Man, dude, I really hit my toe a moment ago. Like, I don't know if, like, it's because I'm maybe sick, it's because I just lack of sleep generally, or like poor quality of sleep. Or something else is wrong. I don't know. I feel like my motor skills are not super great lately. And I mean, I guess your motor skills kind of decline over time with age and not using them. Like, my gaming skills are fine. When it comes to, like, reflexes and shooting a target in a game, easy peasy. But I don't know, like, walking around, coordination generally is not super great for me lately. But it gets really bad at night. I don't know why. The other night, I poured myself, like, a cup of water. The water wasn't even, like, the cup wasn't even fully full, but I still managed to spill some water on the ground on my way back to my bedroom. So I grabbed some paper towels. I was, like, splitting the paper towels apart to try to clean up the water I spilled, and I spilled more water in the process of trying to clean it up. So there's something weird going on with me lately. I don't know what it is. This was what the hell? This is a few days ago, though. This wasn't like a recent thing or anything. This was a few days ago. How do I... Isn't there like a weapon wheel or something? There it is. There we go. I think this little pistol we got is probably better than our laser one for now. Man. That post-nasal drip is annoying the hell out of me. My nose has been really stuffy too since last night, so I don't know, man. Painted wood door. You know, a coworker of mine was talking about... Oh. Hold on, NPC.
Report to the Master Sergeant on the double.
On the double. A coworker of mine was saying that something about how he doesn't like Fallout 76 or want to play it at all. I still highly recommend this game. It does have a lot of jank, but it is a good game.
Well, what do we have here? What in the holy name of... You are out of uniform, cadet. Back with no uniform voucher. You will return in army fatigues and Helen, or you will not return at all.
Master Sergeant Gutsy. Back to basic. Equip a set of fatigues, an army helmet, and search the area for a uniform voucher. A uniform voucher, you say? Oh. What, is that it down there? Uniform disbursement log. Return to dispenser. Cadet sent to recover a voucher from barracks. Okay, that's probably where it is. Search the barracks of Private Archibald's uniform voucher. Oh. Joe Krieg?
Whoa, golly! Civvy, this is Army property, so... A soldier? A real soldier?
I got no idea, Joe. That's right, kid. I've seen more combat than you can imagine.
Wow! I can't believe Private Gray, reporting for duty, sir! What's my business? I'm ready for it. I know I am!
Answer some questions, recruit.
Okay, what's your question exactly?
How is Camp McClintock holding up?
Tip-top shape, sir. Well, important bits. Your uniforms, weapons, ammunition. There's a training course. It works. I did it. Well, most of it. Okay, some of it. It's automated and it does work. You can run, jump, shoot. Oh, the rifle range is great. Doesn't teach you how to hunt, jump. Most of all, it's safe. Unlike out there.
Right. What's your background, recruit?
Me? Private Joe Cray. Well, private in training, sir.
Oh, Cray.
West Virginia? Well, I'm from the coast. I started out in the city 20 years ago. I'm not that way anymore, though. I can fight the Reds. And I'll prove it. Just as soon as I can finish that darn obstacle course.
Why do you want to join the army so badly?
My whole family's in the army. Well, they were before the war. We've had family in the army since 1776. It's a tradition. And besides the Reds, these bombs. Who wouldn't want to join up after what they did to this country? Not to mention all that dangerous stuff out there.
No further questions, recruit.
Understood. How about orders?
Drop and give me 20.
Oh, I know this one. Could I maybe get to that tomorrow?
I'll be going now. Actually, I order you to move out into the wasteland, recruit.
Right away. Serious, sir? Really? Fight? I wasn't. Sorry, Taku. I'm a latrine. I'm gonna have to play that order on account of.
I'll be going now.
Roger. I'll hold down the fort. Camp. Whatever, sir.
Whatever, sir. Okay. Oh man, I might have to take a I might have to take a break to grab my inhaler. I'm not doing so good today. My throat's suddenly kind of irritated now. So that's not good. That is not good at all. It says military ammo bag, but is it a bag full of ammo or just a bag? Because there is... Oh, uniform voucher in there. Interesting. There is a difference, you know. There is a large difference between ammo bag full of ammo and just a bag.
Uniform issued.
Alright. Oh, Overseer's log, McClintock.
Overseer's log. Camp McClintock. Whew. Maybe I'm going crazy, but it was nice to put on the uniform and play pretend with a bunch of robot drill sergeants. I actually think I learned a thing or two about marksmanship. I wonder, now that I'm in the army, is my official title Overseer Private or Private Overseer? Oh, time to see if I can fool a few automated identification systems.
Okay. Let's put on the helmet and fatigues. Nice. Alright.
Now that's what I like to see. All dolled up and ready to die for your country. There are 3 training exercises you'll need to complete. Marksmanship, agility, and patriotism. Our courses, like all things in the great territory of Appalachia, are automated. So you overpromoted mammals can do the next you see fit. Complete the courses to my satisfaction, and we'll get you moved on to the real test.
I really wonder what this game was like without all the NPCs.
It's still dangerous out there?
Oh. Hey, Joe. I didn't know Joe was in here. But I really do wonder what it was like without all the NPCs. Must have been strange. When given the signal, shoot all the targets as quickly as possible, passing time at 30 seconds or less. All cadets must check in with Master Sergeant in the admin building before starting the exercise. Sure.
Alright, maggot. Time to take out the targets as quickly as possible. And if you even think about getting wounded on my course,
Okay. No. Oh,
because it looks like you were born with that weapon in your hand. Good job, cadet.
welcome into Appy and Grizz. Welcome in.
Just 2 more exercises to go. Throw those hell.
How are you guys? Welcome in. Good to see you both. Welcome to Fallout 76. I may need to take a break soon to grab my inhaler because I am not doing so good today. I'm pretty sure I'm getting sick, which is kind of annoying because it's a 3-day weekend. I prefer to get sick on a normal weekend so that I don't have to, you know, have a valid excuse. June?
Check-in required. Visit system terminal.
Oh. Oh. My bad. Jimmy Topher and Jianjun have been accused of supporting collective action, a gateway drug to communism. Talk to the suspected traitors, search their rooms, and collect evidence to uncover the budding communist. To pass, collect evidence of which boy is the budding communist. All cadets must check in with Master Sergeant in the admin building before starting. Okay. Is that Papa Grizz? It is!
Death for you and your family. Interrogate the 3 subjects and search their quarters. Once you've found evidence of the red, return to the terminal to make sure.
The Papa Grizz.
Over on the Mayflower. I work at my neighborhood soda counter. A raise.
Are we just supposed to talk to them, or is there... They said search. What is that? Topher's Diary, June 9th. I can't believe Mom and Dad made me get this job at the soda counter. You have to learn the value of hard work, son. Booey. Jerry's parents just gave him a car when he turned 16. Well, I'll show them all. I'm going to work so hard, I'll own this counter someday. Capitalism. So... that is not the person we're looking for. Jimmy's Terminal.
My favorite holiday? Well, that'd have to be the 4th of July. Well, yeah, my pop's in the union. Why do you ask? My terminal keeps me company while Pop is at the mine. I needed a new password, so I used the initials of someone I admire.
Interesting. Very interesting. Jimmy's Diary, May 2nd. Dear Diary, today at school we learned about Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. To his chums, as he'd probably say, he did so much to help the people of this country when they were having hard times. He used the government to try and improve people's everyday lives. Interesting. Class today. In class today, Mr. Brown did a chemistry experiment where he lit a weird silvery rock on fire. It burned right through Jianjun's desk. Boy, that was nifty. Later, we took a quiz and I didn't do so good, because my tummy was rumbling so much. I wish we could have breakfast like other families, but Pop says there isn't the money. After class, Mr. Brown asked me to stay, and he asked if I had eaten anything that day. I told him the truth. He gave me a piece of his sandwich. He said folk like us, the working class, needed to look out for one another. He said I should come back after class tomorrow and we can talk about it some more. Was in the woods looking for something to eat until Pop got home with dinner when I saw the big creature. It was all pale and muscular and it didn't have a head. I named it Morton, but it didn't come when I called it. It just started running off. I followed after it but couldn't keep up. I wonder where Morton's finding so much food to get so big. Nope. Pop's been coughing like crazy the past couple of days, but the mine boss says he's got to work. I'm really worried about him. Mitchell said his Pop's been suffering from the same thing. No more. Today, I'm going to call up my friends and we're going to get all our Pops to take the day off. Together. And maybe the day after that. And maybe the day after that, too. We'll show those mine bosses they can't boss us around. Their workers aren't just pawns in their capitalist scheme. We're going to organize a strike. A strike? That's not very capitalist of you.
Give my family a fresh start.
I bet there's another diary note here somewhere. No? Interesting. Yeah, dude, I got major postnasal drip today. It's really bothering me, and it's kind of annoying my throat. Now that I'm sitting upright instead of lying on my side with one nostril clogged. Okay. Wait, who was who? I think it was Jimmy, right? Jimmy's the middle one? Yeah, Jimmy. Alright, Jimmy. You've uncovered the communal thinker. Continue to hone your skills on friends and family. Okay, interesting. Alright. That is taken care of. When given the signal, move through each obstacle, triggering all the buttons present. Overcome all obstacles in order to complete the course. All cadets must check in with Master Sergeant and Admin Building. Okay.
Agility course. Obstacles as fast as your butt can.
Oh. Oh! Oh! Oh, you can run on it. Wow. Ooh. There we go.
Time's a wasting, cadet. Clear. On to the next one.
Dude, this would be so fun in real life.
Check that one off. Next one up.
Up. Up. Up.
Do my sensor. I saw an honest to Betsy soldier running my agility course just now. Nicely done. Talk and shoot. Make your way over
Oh.
to the live fire course. You're about.
I thought we would have just gone back to that original guy, but I guess not. Okay. Alrighty, let's see it. Live fire exercise. Cadets are not advised to attempt this exercise without support. This course was designed to prep cadets in the event of an actual communist invasion using uncannily accurate mechanical representations. Eliminate the communist menace. Cadets must complete their marksmanship, agility, and patriotism training before attempting this exercise. Sure. Defeat Camp McClintock's onslaught of commie bots. Okay. Oh, it's over here, huh? No big deal. I play Darktide.
What's that on the horizon? The rats are coming! Show 'em what you're made of!
Oh. My aim is so bad. Welcome into Patriot. I love Fallout talk. Welcome in, Patriot. How are you, Patriot? How was your morning? I may be sick. It's kind of hard to tell, but I do have some pretty bad post-nasal drip today. Damn. Oh. That's gonna explode. There we go.
For now, buff out your dings and scratches and ready up for the next wave.
The next wave. Also, we're eventually gonna have to finish.
Oh
Oh.
no! More commies inbound! Whatever will you do? Back in the tank!
We're eventually gonna have to finish that, that Gates of Hell mission I was trying to do yesterday. Because I, had to call it a night. We were like an hour overtime and I had to just call it a night. I wasn't sure if we'd like do another hour or if we would be doing another like 10 minutes or not, so I had to just call it. So I saved our progress, but we are eventually gonna have to continue. But when we do is currently up in the air.
It's about to get bumpy.
Again? Wow. But Patriot says, good, and Taku, you look like you're doing better. Am I?
Oh no!
And Morphos inbound. Crashed much apologies, no worries.
System error. The hell's that mean? Hey, Nets, I'd dig in if I were you. Last exercise is gonna be bumpy.
I need to use my inhaler. I think my family's gonna go get coffee at some point today. I don't know when that's happening. But once they do, I think I'll do my inhaler and the coffee at the same time. Rather than pause now and do my inhaler. Oh, man. Air quality and or sick is not a good combination. There we go. It's so... Oh.
Yes, that was a damn fine display, ladies and gents. Damn fine. Stop so we can get your graduation paperwork sorted. Fall out.
Oh, he said the name. The enemy's attacking Taku. It's worse than Gates of Hell. It does... The dialogue does kind of remind me of Gates of Hell. Sorry, the combat kind of reminds me of Gates of Hell a little bit. I feel like Gates of Hell, sometimes I shoot and it's not like... It takes a moment for the damage to take effect. Same thing with like explosions in that game. I feel like when I artillery something in Gates of Hell, there's like a whole second before the enemy actually like feels the explosion. Whew. Let's report back to the Master Sergeant. let's see what we've got in store today.
Well, well. My ascensions tell me you're not nearly as dead as I expected. Impressive, cadet. Or should I say, private. You are now an official member of the United States Army. Get out there and do us proud, soldier. You are dismissed.
Dismissed. I wonder what happens if the hat falls off. Do they have a robot just to put the hat back on? Okay. And we... Let's go. Level 9. Alrighty. Now, I'm kind of debating what to do today. Because when it comes to Fallout 76, I'm actually not doing anything. Kind of. I don't really have anything planned for Fallout 76 today. I'm just kind of chilling. Which is why it was a giant question mark on today's calendar, because I was like, do I do Fallout 76, or do I do something else, or just explore? So true. Okay, we'll do a little bit of exploring today. And we'll see what to do. The hard part about Fallout 76 is that I do need a coffee. The dialogue kind of knocks me out sometimes. So I'm waiting for that coffee to... get here. There's a crafting thingy down here. I see it on my map. Claim workshop at Lakeside Cabins. Do I want to, though? Oh. Nice. Oh! What the... Did I not just kill that? What did I kill? Oh. Got him. I hear a robotic something over there. Anyways. Coffee. Does New York accent? What is a New York accent? Coffee. 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 I went to New York like one time in my entire life. Never again. Never again. I am unfortunately not a city man. The city just... Hold on. I need to change... I'm not a big fan of field of view. Hold on. Or depth of field. Sorry. Turn that off. There we go. What was I saying? I'm not a big fan of big cities, but New York is not a fun place to be. Never been there. Don't go there. It's... Okay. When I went there, I went on like a Boy Scout trip a long time ago. And I remember this distinctly. We were either in Times Square or we were really close to Times Square. And one of the Boy Scouts was standing on the sidewalk. He had a large soda in his hand. And there was this businessman. He was in his like full suit. In his like, I don't know, his right hand, he had his phone up to his ear. In his left hand, he had a suitcase. And he was like, you know, like Olympic fast walking? It was like that. Oh. That's where the noise is coming from. He was fast walking. With one hand on his... holding his phone, the other hand, holding his suitcase. Make yourselves at home. Drinks are on me. What the hell? And he walked straight through one of the Boy Scouts that had like a large drink in his hand. And the businessman walked through the boy like he wasn't even there. The boy like stumbled back, spilt his soda all over the businessman, and the businessman kept walking like nothing happened. Like he walked through absolutely nothing. It's like the boy and his drink didn't exist. The businessman was like covered in soda. He didn't even like stop. There was no reaction whatsoever. He just walked straight through. So, which is crazy because that boy was like, I don't know, 12, 13. It's like, I can't imagine. I can't imagine, like, how important your job must be, or whatever, to walk through a 12-year-old. First off, walking into a 12-year-old is not okay behavior. And then on top of that, getting a drink spilled on you and having no reaction. It's like, dude, I don't know what you're doing, but I can guarantee you it's not as important as that. So, I don't know. That's my impression of New York. I hear it smells like piss. And it's been such a long time that I don't really remember what it smelled like. But I can believe that. I can definitely believe that it smells like piss. Oh, damn. A lot stronger than I thought they were. Damn. Okay, maybe we should get better weaponry first. It's kind of dangerous over there. Ouch. Let's not do that yet. Anywho. But watch as Taku drop $200 on Atomic Shop. No. Very rarely will I spend actual money on stuff. Like, I buy games and I buy DLC, but when it comes to buying cosmetics and such, I very rarely do that. The only time I can think of doing that in the past several years was for, they had like a Metal Gear collab with Fortnite. I spent money for that. I dropped like 20 bucks. But aside from that, that's a special case. Anytime there's a collab with Metal Gear, I'm like, okay, I guess I'll drop some money. But outside of a Metal Gear collab, the chances that I'm gonna drop money are pretty low, so. Yep. And this game gives a lot of stuff for free. I'll show you real quick. Maybe I don't remember how to get to it, actually. Seasons? Welcome to Seasons. Rank up, earn tickets, and claim season rewards. Complete challenges to earn score, rank up, earn tickets every time you rank up, redeem tickets to claim rewards from the Seasons menu. Oh! They do it Helldiver style now. Okay, well. Back in my day, it didn't look like this. It used to look like a game board. I didn't know they went with the Helldiver strategy. That's interesting. Anyways, we don't have anything, so... anywho, but I would like... Sorry, I'm kind of far behind on chats, but I would want to see, like, one thing in there. Could not go to that spot. It's more meh. Might be more loot in there. That's wild, so true. I live in the update. It's open there. They're friendly. Are they? What even is this? Clear out new GAD. Let's see if we can upgrade our weaponry, and then we can go back. You're very smart. I don't like the cosmetic stuff. It depends on what it is. If it's Metal Gear, I'll buy it. But aside from that, I'm probably not. It kind of depends. It kind of depends. And even then, like, if Darktide released it, like, they've released Arbides and Hivescum classes. I bought the classes, but there's, like, deluxe editions for the cosmetics. That's a no from me. Nope, nope, I'm not going to buy the cosmetics. And on top of that, games like Darktide and this game, you can just get cosmetics by playing the game. So buying it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me. I mean, to each their own. I'm not going to be like, judging people for buying cosmetics, but for me personally, it's not really my thing. But back in my day, we had very little buy in-game stuff. DLC was like $10 at most. So true. I hear that Skyrim Horse DLC or something was like the main offender. Or not Skyrim. Oblivion Horse DLC or something was like the start of like stupid DLC transactions or something like that. I don't know how true that is. In my opinion, DLC just kind of appeared one day, but who knows? Anywho, but yeah, upstate New York is Times Square considered upstate?
It's hard work out here.
It's hard work making a living out here. I need a workbench. I don't want to claim the workshop, though. I don't really want to leave the green area yet. Take a picture at the Super Duper Mart. Let's see what we can do. Because right now, my main objective is to reach level 20. I like how my mission says first contact, search for traces of the Overseer in Flatwoods. I already talked to the Overseer, so I'm not really sure what the point of this mission is, but... let's go search for traces, I guess. Anywho. But yeah, I'm also... I'd say I'm PS2 generation? GameCube generation? That was like my first console. Or I guess no, well, Game Boy, original Game Boy maybe. I don't know what my first console was, but oh, speaking of which, I'm gonna have to look up how to back up, or the process of emulating, DS and Game Boy Advance game, because as I understand, people have been doing it using custom firmware or something like that, and then installing some kind of program that allows you to dump a game. I don't know. I find the process very interesting. I'm gonna have to figure out how to do that legally. Legally is the key word. But yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how that process is done legally. Anywho, but yeah, my camp is saved. It's kind of far away from us. I can fast travel to it, but if I were to fast travel to it, then we'd kind of lose out on all the locations we could see on the way to and from the camp, so I'm kind of just walking around right now. We'll see where we end up. But Patriot says, same here, N64 was my first. PS3, PS2 was major gen for me. I see. When I was a kid, my parents didn't really want me to play video games at first. It's probably for the best. I don't know. I do... Oh, that is a super move. I used to be not a big fan of, like, the limits I had in gaming back in the day. When I was, like, 11, 12, I was only... Okay, so... This is a long story, actually. Back in the day... since I have ADD, I was working with a counselor. Me and my parents are working with a counselor for strategizing ways to get my grades up and to get me to focus in school and whatnot. Nowadays, it's not a problem because you know, without a job, I can't survive. But, so, you know, there's a lot of motivation nowadays. I have a job because I need a job, but back in the day I wasn't very motivated, so my parents had to find a way to get me motivated. So I used to have limits on the amount of games I could play. So it used to be like I don't remember if it was the overall number or if it was like based on the lowest grade. But like, if I got straight A's, I could play all the games that I wanted. This is in like elementary, middle school, whatever. If I got straight A's, I could play all the games I wanted. If I got B's, I think it was like a maximum of 4 hours. If I got C's, it was a maximum of like 2 or something like that. So I was kind of limited on the amount of gaming I could play. I will say, as an adult, if I had kids, I'd probably implement the exact same strategy that my parents did. However, it didn't work. Not only was I pulling C's all the time, but I'm very much the person... I'm very much a kind of person that... like, if I'm gonna sit down to play games, I don't want to just play for 2 hours with, like, a sharp cutoff. Like, if you tell me I have, like, you know, I don't know. If I tend to go to sleep around 10, I can start playing games at 8. Like, yeah, I'll play games, but if there's a sharp cutoff, I'm really not a big fan of getting in, like, really invested in doing something and then being required to stop at, like, a certain minute point. So if there's a case like that, generally I don't even bother playing. I'll just watch YouTube instead. So that's kind of what I did. So I would just get like bad grades. I'd play games every once in a while, maybe, but I would just continue to get bad grades, and I would just like watch YouTube instead. I'd watch somebody else play a game. Oh, I thought it was Dark Tide. There's something about first-person shooters. So the dodge button in Dark Tide is the A button. I've been finding myself at least like 2 times so far this stream. I've been like tapping the A button, assuming I'd dodge backward, but nope. Anywho, but yeah, it is a plane. Pretty cool, huh? Pretty cool plane you got here. But Patriot says, you can kind of see why I'm out of date with Fallout. You know, Fallout was, Fallout 3 and New Vegas were on PS3. I think on PS3, though, either 3 or New Vegas had a major glitch or something where there was a buildup of something that occurs when you play it for too long, so the game will just continue to crash. So you can only play Fallout 3 for like a certain amount of time before it starts crashing. I think the hour's in like the hundreds or something, but still. And I think that problem doesn't exist for Xbox. Anyways. But for example, pre-war money was weightless. Now it's 0.2 stuff. I think that's more just to stop people from taking too much stuff. This game is like... it's almost like $10 buy-in, but free to play, if that makes sense. It's organized like a free-to-play game. But it normally costs like 40 bucks. You can catch it on sale for like 10 bucks. To me, 10 bucks is worth it. But it very much is organized like a free-to-play game. The way they make money is through the Fallout First subscription and people just buying cosmetics for the game. So one of the things from Fallout First is that you get unlimited storage space, which is why they make things have a weight. It's because they want you to spend real world money. But yeah, it's kind of rough. But anywho. But yeah, the tanks are pretty cool, aren't they? It would be really cool if we could pilot one, you know? But a man can dream. It would be really cool to have like a official Fallout RTS game. I'm sure there's like a mod out there somewhere, but it would be really cool to have a an official like licensed product for this. Would be pretty cool, but alas. And boo, they can't get extra caps. I suspect it's a 105mm cannon. A double cannon. That is quite nice, isn't it? 105mm. It's all rusted. It's too bad. But at the time it was 90mm or 105. Ah, shit. Oh, ow. Hold on. Dang. Oh, wow. Level 10 already. Crazy. Okay. If I remember correctly, even if you already have one of the guns, you should take it. Because I believe that if you recycle it, you can get a recipe for the gun. Or sorry, you can get a plan to craft an attachment for the gun. Even if you already have it. So. Even if you already have the gun, sorry. I didn't have my coffee yet, and I'm probably sick. That's my copium for today. I'm in another dimension right now. I don't feel well. Anywho. There should be an entrance to... Is there no entrance here? Maybe I'm going the wrong way. I thought there was an entrance to the airport. Ah, well, let's just move on. Let's search for traces of the Overseer in Flatwoods. Let's take a look. Oh, man. It's hard to breathe. Oh, that's rads. That would be rads. What the hell is happening over here? Dang. Oops. You know, what's crazy is that I haven't died in the game yet. If you can believe it. I haven't died yet. Let's see. You're in the SCP-001 when Dave breaks universe? Which SCP was that? The only one I know of was the one where, like, you see a picture and there's a monster in there that's like 3 pixels large, and if you happen to notice the 3 pixel large monster, you die or something. That's when the sun goes hostile. I see. I see. I used to be big on SCP back in 2012, maybe? I don't really remember exactly what year it was. This was like back when PewDiePie was like starting to become popular. I don't remember what subscriber count PewDiePie was at when I started watching, but I watched PewDiePie back in the day. And I think that's around when I was invested in that kind of thing. Let's see. And makes everything into monsters. I can link you with a YouTuber who does it. You remember Vanos? Isn't Vanos still going? I guess PewDiePie's still going too. But yeah, if you want to send it, feel free. Mandy says, hello, here while I get ready to run Errands, welcome in, Mandy. Good to see you. How are you, Mandy? How was the cleaning last night? Did you finish? Are you finished with those errands? Are you finished with those errands? Well, welcome in. Good to see you, Mandy. I might die, actually. Hold on. Yeah, we're good. Never mind. It's all good. It's all good. Is there a place for me to recycle my stuff? No? Maybe not. But how's everyone feeling? I've got, like, major post-nasal drip today. Like, when I lie down on my side, one of my nostrils gets clogged. If I sit up straight, then I've got, like, this thick mucus post-nasal drip that irritates my throat. Overall, I'm not doing super great. I think I am sick, which is kind of annoying. I kind of wished it would have happened. I wished I would have been symptomatic yesterday. You know? At least that way I could have taken the day off, but... Oh. We found Heather Ellis. And her dog, Chloe.
Chloe's my pet. Or maybe I'm hers. I'm not sure.
But Mandy says, the cleaning was intense. I was so locked in. I missed you ending stream. No worries. How long do you stream on Saturdays? Nowadays, it's like 5 hours. But since we did 1 hour extra yesterday, I started an hour late today. So I'm probably going to go on for another 3 hours at least. We'll see. I'm kind of debating right now whether or not I'm kind of, if I can be honest for a moment, I'm kind of itching to finish Gates of Hell, the skirmish we were on, because I was getting so I was getting so irritated yesterday with the fight in like a good way, but I was still just you know, I don't know. I'm so invested in it, a part of me wants to just finish it up, you know? Anyways. But I hope you don't get too sick. Thank you, Mandy. Thank you, thank you.
Are you here for the responder training?
As a matter of fact, I am.
Then you're not alone. A lot of people come here because of that radio message the responders left. That's what brought me here too. At first, I was planning to just do the training and move on, but honestly, I kind of like it here. I really enjoy meeting all the people that pass through and hearing their stories. Wait a minute. Are you one of those people who was in Vault 76?
No. Why do you ask?
I keep hearing about it. I've even met some people who say they came from there. And honestly, I believe them. It's so interesting. People living underground for years, and then the doors open, and suddenly there's this whole new world to explore. So, did I guess right?
Sure am.
I knew it! I could tell just by looking at you. I always thought that life in a vault must be so amazing, with robots and all the machines and having everything you need every day. Best of all, you're safe, which, let me tell you, is a thing us outsiders very rarely get to feel. Though I guess you're one of us now, so that's all in the past for you.
But Patriot says, Mandy needs to see the battlefield after you finished the end of the battle. It is starting to look like a World War I battlefield. Yeah, things were not going well last night. And Mandy also says, hi, Patriot. I still can't believe you had a 3-hour silent stream. I can't believe either. Next time it happens, definitely let me know, guys. Sometimes I forget to check. I think I accidentally keybinded a mute to like a key somehow. I'm not sure how I did that, but AC on. Yeah, every once in a while I accidentally mute the game, so if it ever happens, just let me know. But Mandy says, when I joined, you were locked in and not moving, so I thought stream was frozen. Then it took me 15 minutes to register there was no sound on your stream. Ah, yes. That... Actually, when you joined, I might have went to the bathroom. That might have been it. That was probably the mistake. But Patriot says, I'm going to get Twitch for ease. Nice. Very nice. Hope to see you there. Mind if I ask you something?
Go right ahead.
Wait. Never mind. I don't know what I wanted to ask. Anything interesting you can tell me about this area?
Yeah, there's a couple of places around here that qualify as interesting. At least to me. The Agricultural Research Center is infested with feral ghouls and homicidal robots. But you can find some good scrap in there if you're up to it. The New River Gorge Resort to the east is the same story. Maybe, minus the robots.
What's with the responder outfit?
I found it in one of the houses. It fits great, and it's really comfortable and pretty durable, too. I'd also be lying if I said it didn't have some sentimental value for me. I've admired the responders ever since I first heard about them. What they stood for, helping people no matter what. That was really important.
What questions? I don't know, dude. I'm just kind of going through the dialogue tree. I need to stop doing that. But here we are. Tell me about yourself.
Me? There's not much to tell, really. I came with Paige and the rest and stayed at the foundation for a while. It was nice. But eventually I wanted to go my own way, you know? Get out and see some places I've never seen, figure out who I am. When I heard the message on the radio about Flatwoods, I was curious to meet the responders, so I made my way here. I decided to stay here and see what else I can learn. That's pretty much my story.
Yeah, who the hell is Paige?
He's the closest Foundation has to a leader, I guess. I never got to know him real well, but he always seemed like a decent guy. Honest, reliable, cares about the people, that kind of stuff.
Okay, tell me about Foundation.
It's a community of settlers up in the mountains to the east. It's a nice enough place, I guess. That being said, it's a hell of a dangerous trip trying to get there. I barely made it out of the mountains alive. If I were you, I'd keep to the forest until you're ready to deal with some seriously nasty stuff.
Why not build the community in the safe area?
Okay, what is it?
Thanks for your time.
No problem.
Dude, I've just got this buildup of this thick mucus just in the back of my throat and like post-nasal drip. It's so annoying. It's not just like a normal post-nasal drip, it's like thick mucus. And it's annoying the hell out of me. Why can't you make me sick during the day, during the workday? Oh, cool treasure map, nice. Do I want to go in here? Have you ever taken Mucinex? I have not. I see the commercials. See the commercials for it, but I have not taken it myself. But Patriot says, not much to tell. I'm a guy who watches streams. And Patriot says, no, never. Man, Mucinex is pretty good for what you're describing. Damn it. Like, I don't know, like, I'm kind of not sure. I have that thing, maybe you know what it's called, Mandy, but like, you know that thing where like other people around you get sick and then you start to develop symptoms, not because you are sick, just because you think you're getting sick, so your body reacts like you're getting sick? I think I have that. At least a light version of that. Whatever that thing is called.
Just talking to this? Yeah, I'm
I could actually be sick, though. I'm not sure.
Okay. Hi. What do you want me to say exactly? Yeah, so just talk about how you got here and maybe a little bit about your life. This is a historic document. Go ahead, Tabitha. Okay. So, well, thanks. Okay. I've been sober for 9 days. I got here 9 days ago. My name is Tabitha. And this is my story. I just found out about everything. The war, the bombs, I just realized this was, really happening. For years, I thought the chems were playing tricks with my mind, hurting my brain. Thought it was the worst trip ever. Every time I'd come out of my haze long enough to look
Hold
for
on,
food,
dialogue.
I'd find more chems, and, well, I kept going. And I kept seeing madness. Look, I would have been wandering around fighting giant rats and eating garbage if not for the responders. They're good folks. That doc in the church, got me some meds that are helping out a lot. And they have group therapy meetings, and it's good. I think it's helping. But listen, you should avoid the mountains. They'll just get you mixed up. Get you doing things you don't want to do. Hurting people mostly. And there are so many chems up there. I spent too long there, and I hurt people. I couldn't.
Oops, I accidentally turned it off, but it's probably for the best. Sorry. But Mandy says, I have that too, hypochondriac, and I have that too, bad. But half the time I do end up getting the sickness, so it just compounds my fears anytime I encounter a sick person. I think I'm like a mix of like, I feel sick if somebody else is sick, but then on top of that, I'm very like, ever since I was a young lad, I'm super like hypersensitive to feeling any kind of illness. Part of that I think was because I didn't want to be at school. But back in elementary, anytime my head would hurt like a little bit, nurse's office, and then maybe my parents would pick me up. I mean, it's been so long now that I'm kind of not really sure. Like, I mean, sometimes I actually was sick. I don't think I ever, at no point did I lie. I don't remember ever lying to go home. However, anytime I would feel even lightly sick, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going home. So, it's pretty cool. Anyways. But Patriot says, avoid the mountains? Taku will be drawn to it for the XP. Normally, I would, but once I get a good gun, we can head up there. But I'm pretty sure my 10mm, I think, is a level 1 weapon. Yeah. So it doesn't do a lot of damage. That's not a lot of damage.
Overseer's log, town of Flatwoods. My God. There's no one here. The old tavern, the church, people were using them for shelter, but they're gone. Mutations we expected. But there's something else. A disease. I was attacked by... Well, it used to be a person. But it had these green, glowing lesions, and its voice... angry, tortured. We are one. One what? Whatever happened here is beyond anything we expected. And we expected a lot. Before they were wiped out, the survivors called themselves the Responders. Looks like they were made of firefighters, police, emergency medical staff. They even have an automated system to teach people about treating water, food, survival. I'm doing their tests, and you should too. I know it's even worse than we imagined, but someone's got to know where the missile silos are and how to secure them. The Responders are the best lead we have. This is the Overseer, signing off.
Mandy says, yeah, I can't even watch something like that show House or Grey's Anatomy because I'll start feeling symptoms and get a bunch of anxiety. I read something, and I'm kind of... I don't know if I should say it. Whatever, I already brought it up. There was like an Ask Reddit post recently that was like, what's the worst illness you know about, or something like that, and it was just this long comment section of like people bringing up the most obscure ways to like, the most obscure like diseases, conditions, and whatnot that are just like slow, painful deaths. And I was reading that and I was like, I gotta stop. Oh no. But yeah, there were some that were like, yeah, this disease causes you to lose bodily functions over time and blah blah blah, and I'm like, okay, I need to stop reading. This is too much. But Patriot says, never went to school past 3rd grade. I watch House, and that's something I'd read. I'm too paranoid for that kind of thing. I can't handle. I absolutely cannot handle that. Welcome, Survivor. This program was developed to turn regular survivors into certified responder volunteers. As a volunteer, your job is to help others, and our job as responders is to help everybody, including you. Volunteers, register here. Sure. Transferring course to external hardware. Report to responder Kesha McDermott for further instructions. Are people actually named Kesha? I've never met a single person named Kesha. Or, not Kesha. Kesha. I only know of the singer. Are people actually named Kesha? Well, I probably shouldn't make fun of people named Kesha, but I don't know. I guess when I think of Kesha, all I can think of is the singer. I don't know, dude. I'm trying to think of like an equivalent. Trying to think of an equivalent of like another like stage name or something. It's kind of like naming someone Prince, I guess. I mean, I'm sure there's people named Prince, but it's just, I don't know, kind of stand out, I guess. Anywho, but Taku's gonna be a responder. Yep, we are now a responder. Help yourself and help others. People directory. Let's look for Kesha McDermott. Last checked in, 10/25/96. Location Flatwoods River. 3 Church Road. Monitoring water safety protocols in Flatwoods. Conducting ongoing hydrology experiments. Okay. But Mandy says, I only know the singer too. Kimbra. She's another artist. Kimbra. I don't think I've heard of a Kimbra. Oh. Sorry, just got a text. Kimbra. I haven't been checking out a whole lot of music lately. Kinda sad. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like stuck in the past or something. Oh. Okay. This would be perfect, actually. for a little bit of an XP boost. Damn. Mandy says, yeah, I'm actually sick of music right now because I played all mine out and I can't find new stuff. I think the last album I was really into was the Persona 5 soundtrack, and ever since then... No, actually, I guess I listen to, like, Nikkei music every once in a while. Now, I know what your knee-jerk reaction might be about Nikkei out there. Not one person in particular. But I know the general knee-jerk reaction to Nikkei is like, oh, the Gunner game, how could anyone play this? Trust me. The music, though, you'd be surprised. They will take, like, a throwaway event, and they will put out an absolute banger of a song just for the throwaway event. And then it'll never be seen again. But they do put it on Spotify. If you want to listen to the music, they do put it on Spotify. They do a really excellent job of making good music for their events. Regardless of whether the event is important. But Patriot says, isn't somebody named Elvis? I feel like there's no way that, like, a modern day person is named Elvis, though. Like, in the past, I could definitely see that, but... Sorry, not modern. What I mean to say is that I don't think any babies nowadays are being named Elvis. I could see, like, a 40-year-old being named Elvis, but... I don't know about, like, a today baby. And Taku, you're in a time loop. I'm not a fan of most songs these days that are made, yeah. To me, it depends on what the song is, but, like... I don't know. Like, modern day music is kind of whatever. Oh, you know, the one song I don't understand why people like, it's the Ophelia song by Taylor Swift. I hear that on the radio all the time now. It's not even good. I mean, it's not, I mean, to be fair, it's not bad, I guess. But it's kind of soulless, I think, in my, if I may. I feel like it's kind of soulless. Like, it doesn't... It's like if you asked an AI to make a pop song, and there was just no passion in it whatsoever. It's just kind of like a catchy one line, and the rest of the song is whatever, in service of, like, a catchy one line. You know? I don't know. Anyways. A Patriot says, it brainwashed you. I hope not. Memtic hazard? Memtic hazard? What do you mean? And Mandy says, it's why I played Monster Hunter Stories 2, LOL. I feel like music now doesn't have a specific vibe. The 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s had a very specific feeling, but now, I don't know. I think that's another good way to put it. Even, like, the 2000s had a vibe. I feel like 2010s don't really have... Like, 2010s, I can tell when something was made in 2010. Just, well, because I know the song, but, like... It's not... 2010s, I kind of feel like, doesn't really have an identity. And so far in 2020, I feel like it doesn't have one either. Like, there's no, like... There's no overall vibe, I guess. Maybe that's... There's some, like, good in that, I guess. That there's so much variety that it's hard to pinpoint a vibe. But at the same time, you know... Like, having a wide variety of stuff doesn't mean that the stuff is good, you know? Oh, you know, what I will say, though... What I will say, though, is that I did not understand the hype behind Sabrina Carpenter. When I first heard her music, I was like, this is kind of whatever. But the longer I listen to Sabrina Carpenter, the more I'm like, I kind of get it now. Like, I think I understand now. Actually kind of catchy. I feel like I'm not like, don't get me wrong, I'm not like the biggest fan of Sabrina by any means, but like, I feel like at least Sabrina has like she has like a musical identity, I guess. Like, and to her credit, she has a musical identity. To her discredit, I feel like her musical identity is trying to mimic, like, people of the past. And in that way, it's not really like her identity, but it is like a musical identity she kind of like adopts for herself, which is like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. Anyways, but all this, to make a long story short, I will say that Sabrina is the only. But I guess like Billie Eilish, I guess, is kind of has her own like musical identity too. What was that? The latest song she put out? Birds of a Feather. Birds of a Feather, in my opinion, is one of her worst songs. I don't know why it's so popular. I like her other albums and her other songs are really good, but Birds of a Feather is like not good. I don't know. I don't like it. Birds of a Feather doesn't flow very well, I don't think. It's very strange. Anyways, but Patriot says, SCP term, a picture or sound controls or affects you. I see. And yes, technically, this Elvis was a college student. His name is because his mom liked Elvis. And Mandy says, the 2020's identity is just doom, I feel, but musically nothing stands out. Maybe we won't know the vibe of a decade until the decade ends. I have never even understood the hype over Taylor Swift, never listened to Sabrina. The vibe of the 2030s is just going to be art based off of how good your ChatGPT prompt is. You know what annoyed the hell out of me today? I'll tell you. This morning I was watching well, I've been getting into this. It's a YouTube channel called Men with a Pot or something like that. Anyways, it's this guy that goes into the forest and he cooks like extravagant 5-star meals like on a rock. So he'll take like a flat rock, he'll like put some butter on it, he'll slap a steak on there, and he'll just like use a hot rock to just like sear his steak, and he'd make this like 10 out of 10 like steak and this like extra sauce and like bread and whatever in the forest. Anyways, I was checking the comments of that video this morning, and somebody was like, I was inspired by you to create my own cooking channel, and the guy responded saying something like, I wish you the best in your culinary adventure. I don't. I'll tell you why. I opened the profile, and at first it seems fine, but when you look at it for longer than like 10 minutes, sorry, you look at it longer than 2 minutes, you'll notice that despite looking like the Men with a Pot YouTube channel, it's not that. It's AI. The whole video is made with AI. And you can tell because, well, the biggest giveaway is that whenever the video like has like a cut in it, she starts, it's this woman in like her 30s. She starts the video wearing like a black and white Spider-Man top, And during the random cuts they do, the top changes. So sometimes it is Spider-Man, and sometimes it's just like a regular, like a checkerboard pattern kind of black and white top, and then it switches back to the Spider-Man top. And then sometimes she'll be like in this like foresty river. She's nowhere like near the beach by any means. But there's just kind of like dirt, grass, the river, and she has like beach sand on her forehead somehow in like random shots. And then it goes away, and then it kind of comes back, and it's like, okay, now. Anyways. But Patriot says, Mandy is likely correct on the 2030s. AI can be funny, but I like it upfront or obvious. Yeah, I think, especially, I think I'm more okay with AI making videos if it's not for profit, and if there's an AI tag on it. I feel like there should be an easy way to identify AI stuff without me having to heavily scrutinize it. Because I do get fooled every once in a while. AI has been getting pretty good lately. So, this one I was like, it's already kind of sus, because there's no way... When I opened it, I'm like, there's no way that you just got inspired to make this channel and suddenly you're out in the middle of the forest with, like, the same production quality as Men with the Pot. You know, there's no way your production quality is this high if you just decided to start this on a whim and then have your first video be like top tier quality, you know? It's like, there's no way. And then it was AI, so. But Mandy says, I hate the AI timeline, Taku. It's only going to get worse too. People doing art using AI. I just don't get the point. Do something else with your life if you can't be bothered to do your own thinking and creating. I think that AI has its uses. Like, I hear that Larian, the people that made Baldur's Gate, that in the process of making the new Divinity game, they're planning to use AI for like placeholder stuff, or for conceptualizing what they're trying to do. And then after they conceptualize it, they're going to hire an actual artist to make the thing. And to me, I'm like, that, to me, that's fine. Are treading a fine line there, but I think it's fine. But it's kind of case-by-case basis. I don't know. Alright, we finished the event. Nice. But Patriot says, like, I love the AI channel that has Arlie Army visiting X. It's kind of funny, but it shows it's AI. I use AI for refining my posts, but I make the ideas. It helps me clarify what I can and can't do in RP. I see. I think when it accurately compiles information, it's super useful. But it has to be, like, sometimes it just gives you an answer that's just flat out not correct. But it kind of depends. I do find that sometimes, especially when I need to ask a complex question, it does help me a lot to ask ChatGPT rather than ask Google. Because if I was to hypothetically ask something like I'm trying to emulate this game and I have this disc, but I don't have a disc reader for this thing, how would I go about potentially reading this disc? Does this hardware work? And blah, blah, blah. That is like... That's not a Google question. Like, or, I mean, I guess it could be a Google question, but it's going to be like a 20 question Google question to get all the information I need, you know? So, anyways. But Appy says, oh, sorry, Mandy says, AI for like work stuff or resume building or those kinds of things, I get that. My issue is mainly with art. I see. Yeah, art. I don't know. Like, I really hate the soulless art that comes out of AI. Appy says it's kind of funny that AI art crowd is going to be its own circle jerk and never accepted outside of their own tiny group. Reminds me of NFT crowd. Keyword-based search versus context-based search. Ah, yes, yes. And Mandy says, I don't like how we're becoming oversaturated with AI in every aspect of life. Yep, I agree. Absolutely. AI. And then on top of that, it's increasing the RAM prices. Kind of annoying. If I ever want to upgrade my PC in the future, there goes that plan. So, I don't know. But Patriot says, I had to use it to further refine some complex subjects, like I had to ask about biodiesel, so I learned a lot from ChatGPT. Yeah, I heard that ChatGPT is getting, like, dumber lately, though. I've been kind of scrutinizing ChatGPT lately, because I hear sometimes it gives wrong answers. I feel like when it first dropped, I don't know if I just wasn't scrutinizing enough, but, like, when it first dropped, I feel like it was more, like, smarter and accurate, and now it's kind of dumber. I get kind of worried when I ask ChatGPT stuff. Like, I still ask, but sometimes if something seems sus, I'll ask for evidence.
Document our stories for posterity, you know. It seems like a fine idea. So, hi, I am Kesha McDermott. When the bombs fell, I was in Watoga, coordinating a statewide science fair for that year's high school kids. And the theme was the future of energy. After the bombs, everything was pretty chaotic. Scavenging for food and fighting off rabid survivors. Oh, it was just a bad time all around. I found a couple of surviving kids from the high school whose parents didn't make it. And we holed up in a house in town for a while. After a bit, I was able to solder the circuitry in an old radio, and we tuned into a broadcast from the responders. Oh, we were overjoyed. The trip from Watoga to Flatwoods, it was rough, mind you. The kids and I ran into a group of assholes in the mountains who stole our food and water. I can't tell you how happy I was to find the responders in Flatwoods. Tents for everyone, open kitchens, medical supplies, protection. We were safe. They had a problem, though. Their water sources were contaminated heavily. People were boiling water, but not long enough to make it safe. So, I stepped up and I said, I'll build a testing kit to monitor the contamination, and I will teach folks how to properly boil water. And I did. The world is getting better, but slowly. We need to make sure it doesn't relapse, too. It's going to take time and care, that's all. Well, time, care, and science.
That dialogue was so long, I finished the whole task while she was talking. And Mandy says I gotta go to the the UPS store to mail stuff to my dad. He forgot to. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, Mandy. Bye-bye, Mandy. Hope to see you again today. Bye-bye. Hope to see you again. You must complete one more experiment for the responders to become a full volunteer. Okay. Alright. But yes, drive safe, drive safe. Mandy says we've all seen Terminator, we know where this leads. So true. I have 4 sticks of DDR4 8 gig RAM. I'm gonna be rich next year. $499 per stick. I think the thing that pisses me off about the RAM issue the most, it's not just the price. I mean, that pisses me off too, but I think at its core, I'm like, who asked for this? All this AI stuff. Why are companies going so hard on AI? You know? I mean, I get it, cost-saving measures and whatnot, but still. Anyways. Let's see. And Patriot says, figures, that's why I check it elsewhere, then run it through ChatGPT. Yeah, lately I ask, like, ow! If it makes a bold claim, I'll ask for a link. I'll be like, tell me where you found that information. And then I'll go check. Delbert Winters. Runs the Flatwood Kitchens and Potluck, trains survivors in food safety. Okay. Yeah, it really depends. Depends on what I'm asking. Depends on what I'm asking. Appy says, but at the same time, I feel like the free market will solve the issue pretty fast anyway. Low supply drives up the price, which gives wiggle room to increase the production. Ah. I suppose so. I suppose so. Oh. Hold on.
Reverend Delbert Winters here, born and raised in this very town. Lent my own church to the responders for their outpost here, and you're welcome. The responders are on a true mission, you see, helping folks through thick and thin, till the heavens open up again and take us all up anyways. When this all happened, I figured like most it was time. This was the end, but it wasn't, was it? We're still here. At first, I thought it was a mistake, that we was missed, forgotten. Maybe we did some wrongs. Didn't give enough to charity, maybe. Didn't praise his name, even in the worst of times. Maybe thought some things that ought not to been thought. So I asked him. I asked how. Why? I fought your wars on Earth. I'm ready to fight them up there by your side. Then, in my despair, I saw some survivors eating raw rat carcass behind a dumpster. You ought to cook that first, I warned them. Seemed obvious. We tried but got sick, they said, covered in their own filth. I realized right then and there that I was being tasked. From then on, I built kitchens, cooked good food, fed anyone who walked up with an empty belly. And I was thankful for my task in life. Thankful. Next time hell or high water land at my stoop, I'll be swept clear away with it. But until then, let's share a home-cooked meal together, all right?
All right. Pretends not to see Taku kill a Brahmin. Whoopsie. It was for the quest. It was for the quest. And yes, the group I'm in normally doesn't let us use AI, but it can be a helper. Ah, yes. Oh. That bites these. Taku, I'm gonna get going to do things. I'll try to be back ASAP. All right, Patriot. Have a wonderful time doing some things. Adios, Patriot. Also, I'm debating whether to, just to kind of preface, I'm debating whether to switch to Gates of Hell at some point today, because we still have like 2 hours left to stream. I'm not sure if I don't know if I want to play Fallout 76 the whole time, so we'll see. But yeah, we'll kind of see. But if I haven't, if I'm not back in time, have a good day. Alrighty, Patriot. Have a wonderful rest of your day. If you don't make it back in time. But Appy says, do you want to? I don't know. I'm kind of like, on the fence right now in terms of what I want to do. So right now I'm just kind of like meandering through Fallout 76 is like the thing we're doing today. But I am kind of itching to finish the Gates of Hell campaign because I was so close to being done. But alas, it wasn't meant to be. Last night. So, right around the time you went to sleep, Appy, I decided to kind of end the stream a little after. I didn't finish the fight that I was working on, so I don't know. I might need to go back and finish it. We are a volunteer, emergency contact, responders HQ. Alright. There we go. Investigate Morgantown Airport. Why? No. I'm suddenly over-encumbered. Do that. Quest started. Final departure. But Appy says, bro, I passed the F out last night. Yes. I need to do something about my sleeping habit. Me too, man. I don't know what's happening, but like I intended to sleep in this morning. That didn't happen. But like I've been like really like tired and exhausted. I feel like I'm not getting like I get enough sleep. I get like 8 hours of sleep, you know? But I don't know what's been happening lately, but like I don't feel like super well rested despite getting 8 hours. Like I got this past night, I went to sleep around like 11. I woke up around 9. I mean, I guess I woke up around like 5:30 to 6:30, so that I lost like an hour. So normally 11 to 9 would be 10 hours, but I was awake for like an hour during that, so then it would have been 9 hours I fell asleep. But even then, I woke up this morning just feeling like I had like 7. And it could be partially due to having, it could be partially due to having a bunch of coffee last night, or sorry, yesterday afternoon. I had a larger coffee than normal, so that could be playing a part in it, but I don't feel well rested today. So I don't know. But I need to do something about sleeping. Tuesday, Thursday night, couldn't sleep at all. I don't know what's happening to me. Maybe it's the stress, man. You know, new responsibilities at work, random changes. I don't know. Like, I go to sleep at the same time every night, roughly. Within like an hour, I go to sleep. Or what am I trying to say? You understand. So maybe that's kind of what helps me to get sleep lately, is always having a really strict sleep schedule, because I start to get tired without thinking about it. But Appy says, I'm not stressed though. I don't give AF about work. Classic. Classic. Yeah, I don't know. Work for me can be a little stressful. Oh, I was getting the airports mixed up. This airport I thought was this airport, the Morgantown airport. That's why. Oh, and the coffee's ready. I'll be right back. Hold on. BRB.
3, 2, 1.
Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? Sorry, I'm still here. Here's what I'll do. You know me. I like to keep my streams separate. I'm gonna switch to. Excuse me. Sorry, that was a really loud burp. I'm gonna switch to Gates of Hell because I really want to finish. Yes, Gates of Hell time. I'm gonna switch to Gates of Hell, but as you know, I like to keep my streams separate so that they're like listed separately. So I stop the stream and then I restart it so that they're completely separate listings, so that they're not combined. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna switch what we're doing on stream. So stream's gonna be down for like 2 minutes, but I'll be right back with my coffee. So I'll be right back. BRB.